What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. All right, so you guys, man, we got Omarion revealing that Diddy and Chris Stokes victimized the B2K boys as kids. And he's ready to testify. Man, Omarion finally speaking up about back in the days with the whole group that he used to be in, the B2K boys. So, we're here now. Spicy.
He claimed that he was by Chris Stokes and everything else like that.
Right. You know, the way that he responds to certain things, something traumatic has definitely happened. So,
me and Boule was in a room together. Chris Stokes put us in a room together and made us do stuff together. That's what they do. That's how they move. But I tell you right now, let somebody do that to my kid, I will blast their brains out in broad daylight.
Omarion just joined the chat on the growing rumors that Diddy will be prosecuted for his alleged SA crimes, and Omarion is now spilling the tea on the widespread SA of young male artists in the industry, including the infamous allegations made by B2K member Raz B against Chris Stokes. Meanwhile, viral theory is spreading online about Chris Stokes being part of something called the Boule, a rumored branch of the Illuminati that Diddy is also allegedly part of. According to this theory, powerful men who are part of this society perform ritual SA on boys and young men, and word on the street is that these rituals are rampant in the music industry. But what exactly does Omarion know about these rumored rituals? Did Chris Stokes and Diddy really victimize B2K members? Let's break it down.
After that, we were able to get him in a better place, you know, where he felt comfortable.
The never-ending saga about Diddy being a real-life demon and deviant just took another disturbing turn after Omarion reportedly decided to speak out about the SA that B2K members allegedly suffered at the hands of Chris Stokes and Diddy. Now, in case you're not familiar with Chris Stokes, he's a former record executive and the brains behind the Ultimate Group record label, whose roster included big names like B2K, Omarion, Jhené Aiko, and Marcus Houston. Now, let's rewind the clock to 2007 for a bit of context. One of the B2K members, Demario Rasby Thornton, who just so happens to be Chris's cousin, dropped a bombshell accusation, claiming he was SA'd by both Chris and Marcus Houston when he was just 11 or 12. According to Rasby, the alleged SA took place when Chris was managing B2K. Raz also shared a video of a deeply unsettling conversation with former label mate, Quinton Tarver, where they laid bare graphic horror stories about the alleged SA by both Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes. At one particularly distressing point, Quinton recounted an incident where Marcus Houston allegedly SA'd him, while Chris Stokes stayed on the bed and watched the attack happen.
I laid there on the floor. Chris was on the bed. Marcus was right there next to me. Once he tried to penetrate me, and then I told him I was bleeding. I said, it hurts. Wow, what the fuck? It hurt, dude. It hurt me. I'm a kid. So he was like telling me that it's okay. So I was like, okay. You put it in my hole, bro. Yeah, we might. With Chris laying on the bed, watching with the big polo, teddy bear, and the big pillows on the bed.
Damn.
And watch.
According to Quinton, this harrowing attack took place in Chris's bedroom, and then Raz B chimed in, vividly describing the setting and claiming that he too was SA'd in that very same bedroom.
Did Chris have, are you talking about that wooden bed Chris had, that real high wooden bed?
Yes.
Yeah, I know about that bed. Hey, on the side of that bed, on the left of it, was it that little glass jar with the change in it and the little like futon? Was there a little?
How do you know about that? Because you were younger than me.
Huh?
How do you know about that? I said, how do you know about that? You were younger than me, so how do you know about that?
Quentin, I'm trying to tell you, I walked through the same thing that you walked through. That first time that Marcus ever put his in my was in that room too.
But Raz B didn't stop there. He went on to make another disturbing claim, alleging that both Marcus Houston and Chris Stokes SA'd him again in Las Vegas.
That happened like, I believe that happened like twice, like once there and then like one time like Like in Vegas, it was like me, Marcus, and Chris.
Now, at first, Quindon wasn't too keen on Chris making their conversation public, but later on, he spilled the beans in an interview and confirmed all these horrifying things happened to him as a child star. To add insult to injury, when Quindon shared his story with his management team, expecting support and understanding, the response he received was nothing short of heartbreaking. When that took place, I shared it with one person that I thought I could trust and confide in, Quindon said. This person went back and said something to my management at that time, and immediately I noticed that there was this distance. They wouldn't answer the phone when I came out to LA. Quindon revealed that as soon as he spoke up about the essay, all the promising opportunities that were on the horizon for him were snatched away, and he developed substance issues. I had to come back home because someone did something to me, Quindon said. I didn't know how to cope with that. I didn't know how to deal with that. I began drinking and dabbling in drugs, and I lost it, man. I spiraled completely. But what's even more heartbreaking is that Quindon sadly passed away at age 38 before getting any justice. On April 1st, 2021, Quindon's life was cut short in a car crash in Dallas, Texas. The police said that, for an undetermined reason, the driver lost control and struck the center concrete barrier, veered back across a turnpike, and struck the guardrail. Quindon suffered severe injuries, and despite efforts to save him, he died at a nearby hospital. As for Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston's reactions to Raz B and Quindon's allegations, they both denied any wrongdoing. In fact, Marcus took it a step further by filing for a restraining order against Raz, claiming that the accusations caused him emotional distress. Chris Stokes also denied Raz B's allegations and said in a statement, "All the allegations they made are false. I'm not gay, and I'm married, and I have 4 kids. I've been with my wife for 16 years, and I'm not a child molester, so those are all false allegations. I'm gonna sue them, and I owe that to my wife and kids, period. It's ridiculous." However, Chris never sued Raz B, the same way Diddy never sued Cassie or others who had made essay allegations against him.
I wonder why.
Now, adding another layer to the story, Raz B's bandmate, Omarion, initially defended Chris Stokes and went as far as accusing Raz of lying. However, in a surprising turn of events, several years down the line, Omarion openly acknowledged that Raz B had indeed suffered something traumatic. Back in 2007, when the allegations first surfaced, Omarion took to the public platform to express support for Chris Stokes, claiming he was a father figure and a role model to all the boys he mentored. "I want to be on the record as saying that Raz B. Thornton and Ricardo Thornton are lying regarding Chris Stokes," Omarion said. "Chris is a father figure to myself and many others in the industry. He's guided us, helped raise us, and is nothing more than an inspiration and someone I respect and look up to." Omarion also added that he had never once seen Chris behave inappropriately and accused Raz B of damaging his reputation. However, fast forward to 2019, and Omarion changed the tune about Raz's allegations. In a sit-down with Vlad TV, Omarion said that once he matured as a person, he finally understood that something traumatic happened to Raz B.
Now in my maturity and really understanding, where he's at, I understand more. I understand better.
And this time around, Omarion didn't go to the lengths of defending Chris Stokes or accusing Raz B of lying. Instead, he just said it wasn't his place to point fingers.
He claimed that he was molested by Chris Stokes and everything else like that.
Right. Which
it's always been denied by all the other parties involved. There was never any proof, but he kept saying it over and over again.
I definitely think something happened to him.
You think?
I don't know what happened to him, but I think something happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between him and Chris, or him and other people?
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's. I don't think it's for me to really, say whether or not, anything happened. I didn't see anything happen. So I don't know. I can't speak facts. That's what I like to speak on. So I like to speak facts. So I don't know, but I feel like, the way that he responds to certain things, something traumatic has definitely happened. So.
Now, as for the Diddy-Chris Stokes connection, in the aftermath of Raz B's allegations, Diddy reportedly took steps to distance himself from Chris. However, the rumor mill has been churning for years, suggesting that Diddy might also have some skeletons in the closet regarding the B2K boys. Back in 2002, Diddy collaborated with B2K on the chart-topping hit Bump Bump Bump, a track written and produced by none other than R. Kelly. Many fans are now revisiting this collaboration because Bump 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 is a suggestive track, And at the time of the recording, B2K were just teenagers, while Diddy was in his 30s. With the knowledge we now have about Diddy, the whole vibe of the collaboration takes on a whole different tone. And then the fact that the song was written by R. Kelly himself adds an extra layer of creepiness. But that's not all. People online are now claiming that both Diddy and Chris Stokes are part of a secret society called the Boule, where ritual essay of young men is allegedly commonplace. By the way, Jonathan Odie, a former S-worker who claimed he took part in freak-offs with Diddy and Cassie, previously told police that Diddy is a member of the Boule and that he kept him as a slave.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati. I had with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay?
So as you can see, it seems this rabbit hole is weirder than most of us can imagine. As for the allegations about Diddy and Chris Stokes victimizing B2K members, fans are saying where there's smoke, there's fire. Someone said, damn, between Diddy, R. Kelly, and Chris Stokes, B2K was surrounded by creepy dudes. Them poor boys. And another fan wrote, Chris Stokes needs to be taken down as much as Diddy. My heart breaks for Raz B. The way he's always laughed at, while it's obvious that his behavior is a result of trauma due to the abuse he went through, is disgusting. I really wish him healing and peace. But how do you feel about this rumored connection between Diddy and Chris Stokes? And do you think they both really did something to the B2K boys? Comment down below, and then check out.
Oh, man. Man, oh, man, oh, man. So Chris Stokes, this is all alleged news, man, but Raz B said he's a victim of another butt monster, Chris Stokes. And like they said in the video, where there's smoke, there's fire. Chris and Diddy. And this. Say that they're part of this society called the Boule, this group of people called the Boule. That they predators on young boys. AKA they're butt monsters, bro. Now, this is all alleged news, but this is crazy. Anybody can make up any type of story, but who want to play the victim and say that they've been penetrated in their anal area, bro, as a man? I out of all things that Raz B could have come out and, bro, if it's a lie, he could have made up any type of lie he want, but as a man saying another man penetrated him, bro, ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. And you see, Omarion changed his tune. Omarion was like, nah, Chris is a fatherly figure. Nah, not Chris, not Chris. But now he's saying, hey, he do think something took place, but he wasn't there to witness it with his own two eyes. But he do feel like something traumatizing did take place with Raz B, man. This is so sickening.